After crowning himself emperor, Napoleon began his campaigns into Europe that transformed him from a superb leader into a brilliant innovator. Napoleon's use of technology of the time to transform how armies moved and engaged in combat revolutionized warfare. Le Grande Armee is a grand tactical two-player game published by SPI in 1972. The game itself depicts three important campaigns of Napoleon, including the 1805 and 1809 campaigns against Austria and the 1806 campaign against Prussia. The game itself includes the following components: a 22 by 28 inch map of Central Europe, 400 counters, although some of them are blank, rules presented on a single sheet in the classic accordion format, and scenario and combat tables. Although the limited graphic presentation shows its age, the emphasis of the game is one of maneuver, force marches, and keeping forces in supply. The sequence of play is relatively simple and straightforward, alternating between the Allied and French player while being divided into two phases: movement and combat. The movement phase occurs first, as the active or phasing player may move all of their units to their full movement potential. As with most classic war games, there are restrictions based on terrain and zones of control. One of the more interesting elements of the game is the ability of units to break down to make them smaller and faster. This allows for an increase in speed at the sacrifice of strength. During the movement phase, players may attempt to double the movement points of any of their units. Only infantry units may attempt to triple movement points. Units attempting to double their movement points must roll on the doubled force march table if they do not have a forced march supply. A roll of 0, 1, or 2, the doubled force march is successful. A roll of 3 or 4 means they must roll again and consult the second table. A roll of 5 means that the unit is disrupted at the end of their force march, while a roll of 6 or 7 eliminates the unit. Triple force marches for infantry carry similar results. Once all the movement has been completed, the combat phase begins. It is divided into 5 sections: attacker supply allocation, retreat before combat, defender supply allocation, combat resolution, and advance after combat. If the attacking and defending units are in supply, then their combat rating is unaffected. The defending unit may retreat before combat if they meet the qualifications. Combat is resolved, and if the defending units are eliminated, or if they retreated before combat, the attacker may advance. Victory is achieved in the 3 campaigns by the accumulation of points earned by control of certain fortresses, or by the French player achieving goals as specified by the scenario. The more victory points earned, the more likely the French player will win. Le Grande Armee offers a unique take on the Napoleonic Wars. Rather than focusing on direct confrontation, the system is designed to depict movement and concentration of forces that Napoleon perfected during his campaigns into Central Europe.